Time Wasters. This is Corinne Connorino, aka Suburban Time Waster, and in honor of Valentine's Day month, I'm here with my review for the Winter Wolves dating sim, Roommates. In this dating sim, the main characters, Anne and Max, sign up for dorm living at their college, with no idea how chaotic it would be. Can they accomplish their goals while dealing with their crazy roommates? Believe it or not, this game is actually a spiritual successor to the older Winter Wolves game, Summer Session, where you play as a shy guy in a new school trying to get a girlfriend. In this game, instead of a shy guy trying to get a girlfriend, you can play as a shy girl trying to break out of her shell or a rebel guy trying to make sure his band gets a big break. Anne and Max both have 4 romance options, with Rakesh and Isabella being romanceable for both, while Dominic and Sally are only romanceable for Anne and Max, respectively. Anne and Max can also romance each other, and the story differs depending on whose point of view you play from. One thing I really like about this game is that the characters are unique in their own ways. They're all considered attractive in their own ways instead of following one standard of beauty. In previous Winter Wolves games, such as Always Remember Me and the first 2 Hylian games, Marie and Amy were both considered average looking at best. Anne is not a case of Hollywood homely, but rather, I'm not pretty. The difference between the two is that the former has the other characters agreeing with the character that says she's not pretty. The latter has only the character thinking this, while everyone around him or her disagrees. Another thing I like about this game is how characters like Isabella and Sally are portrayed. Any other writer, such as the writers of that 70s show, would portray a woman like Isabella as an irredeemable slut with no morals or standards. Instead, she's portrayed as a woman who acknowledges her sexuality but will not do anyone who asks or do whatever her current significant other wants. She's just a sexually active young woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sally is a vegan animal rights activist who would either be portrayed as a nutcase for her beliefs or as in the right all along and everyone should follow her example. Instead, like Isabella, she's just different, and there's nothing wrong with that. The other characters are also different, such as Dominic with his rural upbringing and Rakesh with his art. The only things that bother the other people about them is that Dominic is too strict, while Rakesh has no respect for people's boundaries when it comes to his art. Anne and Max also develop throughout the game without changing their core identities. I don't want to give anything away, so I'll just leave it at that. However, I will say that Anne's a nice change from the female characters that usually star in dating sims. Many of them, like Nicole, are outgoing and love fashion, or, like Amy from Always Remember Me, are hopeless romantics with bad luck. Anne is shy and prefers the comfort of a quiet library to a loud party, and finding a boyfriend isn't her number one priority. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with Nicole or Amy, but it's nice to have something different and more relatable. At least, more relatable for me. In addition, there's this one scene where you find out that Dominic likes video games, and Anne admits that she herself has played them. It's a welcome change from shows like The Big Bang Theory, where even the scientist girls have no interest in video games, D&D, or comic books, and make a big deal about them doing those things for the first time, at least before Stuart's girlfriend came to the show. The gameplay is that of your typical dating sim. You have to plan the schedule of the character you're playing while trying to romance one of the other characters, though you do have the option of skipping events in order to save energy. If you want to successfully romance a character, you have to raise your stats high enough for them to take an interest in you. You can do that through part-time jobs or pay to partake in certain activities. You can also attend class and study in order to keep your grades high. The game is addictive and hilarious. I give it 10 out of 10. It definitely didn't disappoint, and with that, my time wasting has come to an end. I hope you liked this podcast enough to give it a like, and if you want to see more podcasts, reviews, and recaps, and more of my videos, feel free to click the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you can stay up to date. You can also subscribe to one of my other accounts, such as Twitch or Instagram, and be sure to leave a comment saying whether or not you've played the game and whether or not you agree with my review, because that really helps the algorithm.